Man. Man, I'm old. I'm getting older. I'm 20 years old. I mean, these games, they're still fun, but they just don't hold my attention like they used to. I need something violent, shocking, gruesome, and so over the top that it can satisfy my ever-developing testosterone-fueled mind. But I guess that game just doesn't exist. Are you a growing young man? Yeah. Do you have an inexplicably large need to kill things? How did you know? Have you grown tired of playing all these colorful kiddie games? Absolutely. Then listen closely to this very conveniently timed radio ad that just so happens to fit your situation. Call 555-239-891-345-765-238-901-256-771-0034351 now to receive a copy of the latest greatest video game, free of charge. Why free? Because like there's anyone that could have actually caught that entire number. Haha. Hello? Fuck. So Grand Theft Auto 3, it's rated M for mature. And with good reason. Lots of violence, sex, drugs, profanity, all those things that aren't meant for the youngins. But they played anyway. They played anyway. So what's the fucking point trying to stop them? Grand Theft Auto 3 is an open world action game where you play as a gangster who is betrayed by his partner and left for dead. Okay, so it's a revenge story and fucking Quantum of Solace, but the main reason this was such a hit back in the day and why it continues to sell like hotcakes to this day is because of the amount of freedom the game gives to the player. If you didn't feel like driving around like a maniac, causing complete mayhem and running over hundreds of innocent civilians to do story missions, then you were also given the option to drive around like a maniac, cause complete mayhem, and run over hundreds of innocent civilians for absolutely no reason in particular. So, how do you cause said mayhem? Well, let me put it this way. You have options. Shotguns, machine guns, flamethrowers, missile launchers, grenades. You know, usual suspects that people would bring with them if they wanted a killing spree. If they're into that sort of thing. To each their own. But the best part of the game, and its huge selling factor back in the day, was how it enabled the player to steal and drive any vehicle they wanted, wherever they wanted, in a fully roaming world. Yes, that includes driving over people. You guys are sick fucks. As I said, the greatest part about the game was the amount of freedom it gave to the player. I mean, you didn't even have to do the story missions if you didn't want to. Well, you had to do them eventually, I mean, but only if you wanted to. If Bill, Tony, and Jerry all need your help, but you only want to help Bill and Jerry, well, that's okay.
I hate Tony. Yeah, fuck Tony, he's a scumbag.
It's all about doing jobs for people and working your way up the ranks so that Claude, yeah, his name is Claude by the way, can get his payback time. It's the GTA formula. He can do it, we can help. Eat fresh. That was an awful line. Graphics-wise, the game isn't all that impressive, even by the standards when it came out. I mean, early PS2 days, to compare it to, you had Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy X and Jak and Daxter. Grand Theft Auto 3 doesn't really look as good as those, but it was running a really big open world, so you gotta kind of give it some slack. It also had a pretty catchy musical soundtrack, too, on all the radio stations in the game. I mean, you had a variety of a bunch of different hip-hop and dance songs. Myself, I would have liked a little bit of rock and roll in there, but you know, Rockstar, they remedied that situation in later games. They listen to me. They put rock and roll in there for me, because they love me. How vain can you get? It's time for easily the greatest part of the game. Easily time. Yeah. But when you put everything together, I mean, there's just the sheer amount of unpredictable fun that could be had in GTA 3. Just pop it in your PS2 and you could be playing for hours and hours and hours. Watch.
Open up the limit. Past the point of no return. Reach the top.
I'm still rolling. Oh shit. I got myself angry on tape. Oh, that's good. The cops, you know, the cops in these games, they're relentless and bottom line, GTA 3 is the most fun you will have in any open world action game on the PS2, guaranteed.